Draft week officially kicks off. Combine this Thursday. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Monday. And if you live in Minnesota, it actually is a beautiful Monday. It hit 50 degrees today, end of February. After that last 2-week cold stretch, it's nice to get a little bit of nice weather, some sunshine in the great state of Minnesota. Things are looking up. Got combine this weekend. Big off-season free agency and draft for the Vikings. A lot to talk about. Good spot, man. We're in a good spot. We're in a good time of year right now. Good time of year.
Yeah, things are finally getting moving. Obviously, we had to get through the Super Bowl and all those things. The franchise tag has started. Vikings still at this point have not. I think since we've been on last, the Byron Murphy void so he isn't going to get franchised. We'll see if we end up with a deal with him. And then I guess it really comes down to Sam Darnold with, I guess, a subject that's being talked about there again is the idea of a franchise tag and trade. It's starting to get brought up again today, mostly by people inside Vikings fandom and things like that, which again, I'm like, okay, if it's a real possibility, why is nobody talking about it? I feel like there's going to be enough people out there who would want Sam Darnold enough to make some sort of deal if possible. So I don't really know how that's going to be working.
Would that have to get done by when's the franchise?
I don't even know how it works. I don't even know exactly the rules on the franchise tag and trade.
So they would have to have him franchise tagged by next week if they want to make that work. Tuesday is the deadline. You have to have your franchise tags designated by March 4th.
So that, and then assuming you'd have a trade in line at the same time,
otherwise you can make the trade.
Yeah, and then the trade doesn't go you can make the trade, I believe, but it just doesn't go through until the start of the new season or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be really risky. It'd be really risky to make that move without a trade already in place, because then that's $41 million of your cap space that's going to Sam Darnold this year, especially in an offseason where everyone, obviously everyone's excited about the cap space. So you would have to, you would have to have a deal in place ready to go by then.
Yeah. Again, everybody in here, another show, another giveaways. Obviously, you choose, got a bunch of different cards, but get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. As you can see, I mean, keeping it pretty simple today. Like Casey said, combines around the corner this weekend. We get to find out to see which players, I guess, whose 40s times kind of bump them up to, I mean, all the way up to, we've seen the craziest thing, right? Like Justin Ross going from second round pick to, top 10 or whatever, just things like that. That's what combine can do. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously, we're going to get into that. We got our top 5 players we're the most excited to watch. And also believe the Vikings should also be excited to watch. We're going to do a mock draft, of course. We got to do a mock. It's been a minute since we've done a mock. And then the giveaway that I just mentioned. And again, get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. And by the way, with the mocks, I do think I want to try something with the mocks. If anybody is interested in popping on for a mock or anything like that, let us know. You can definitely, we'll go solo. It's all good. But if anybody is interested in popping on to do a mock, definitely open to doing that. So let us know on that. But before moving forward here, let me do some shout outs. We have Skol for Life Barber in the building right away here. Let's go. Bob Swede, my guy Gary. Let's do it. What else we got in here? Obviously, I apologize for Casey's technical difficulties.
Yeah.
No, but we got in here. We're all good. Bleeding Purple in the building. What's going on, my guy? What else we got in here? Yeah, Gary, man, I love this. Yeah, this is when things get exciting. After this, it's just like free agencies right around the corner, right out. Everything just goes so fast. Boom, boom, draft, and then nothing until the season starts. That's kind of how it rolls. What's going on, Jen? I see this one as well. Hello to our awesome hosts, Casey and Jamie. We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. FT Maddie in the building. Been moving my sister. Hey, everyone. What's going on, dude? What's going on? Who else we got in here? Got some hashtag Skols in here. Let's go. Think we got everybody. Any other thoughts going into this combine? I guess just one from me is just a lot of a lot of non-participant, or at least big one, like Sanders, like Shadur Sanders. I guess that kind of surprised me because he's not an obvious. What's up? Getting Erica. It wasn't as obvious
You do that again.
as like he's not an obvious player to or quarterback. Like you don't even know if he's gonna go top 10. So I'm just surprised like guys like that come in and feel like they don't need to do the combine or any sort of workouts or anything like that. Like I don't know. I feel like he's feeling a little bit too confident in that area. Obviously he wants to do interviews and stuff like that, but I don't think anybody's out here talking about him being like I don't know, worried about that part. So I'm like, if anything, they're more worried about your arm.
Yeah,
I think,
but I mean,
right?
I do think a big reason though, because he did say he's going to do his workouts at the combine, and I do think when it comes to throwing, which let's be honest, when you're a quarterback, people don't care about your shuttle, people don't care about, I mean, your 40 times sort of, but there's a lot of things that people just don't care about. But I think when you go at your pro day and you get your throws down, the big thing is you are throwing to your own receivers, so you're going to be throwing to some guys you have chemistry with, because I mean, an overthrown ball or because of a missed timing, it looks bad on the quarterback. So I do think that's a big part of it. I do think he wanted to come to the combine, do those interviews, really sit down with these guys and let them know who he is. But I do think I can understand why when it comes to on-field work, especially as a quarterback, you do want to wait till your pro day when you have some other guys around you. But I think another thing too that people
sounds like a bitch move to me.
It is sad.
Yes, me. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got to respect the guys that come in and show out. I mean, to some extent, like JJ McCarthy, exactly. Like JJ McCarthy coming in and showing velocity, like that was big for him, right? And he just ended up having a good day in general. And it just shows, like, I don't know, you should go out there and feel confident. Like, not if you're so worried about like the 40 time and stuff like that, I get it. But if you're just worried about like sucking, I just feel like that's not good. You should just go out there and be like, I'm going to put on a show or something like that, But yeah, I mean, I get it too. A lot of it's not worth it for a lot of guys, but I do respect the guys. I just don't know with Sanders. I'm like, I don't know. He's someone that I feel like probably could use it. If he comes out and throws good and shows, looks good in drills, I think that would help him probably, but whatever.
But I do think another big thing that's kind of underlooked sometimes, because I mean, obviously everyone knows when it comes to the combine, some of these players you've been watching, you do get to see how they look, through these drills and stuff. But I do think another thing that is kind of forgotten by some is that this is a time now where all GMs, head coaches, some coordinators, where everybody gets together. So this really is the start of where you start to hear about some rumors. So when you do want to talk about a franchise tag and trade for Sam Darnold, this is a weekend where those discussions are going to happen face to face between these GMs. Because I know you're not supposed to tampering and all that stuff, but you know that these GMs are out and about eating dinner together, talking at the combine. So this really is a weekend where some of those rumors do start to get some legs to them. And if Kwesi does want to talk about teams who might potentially be interested, like the Rams, who now are looking, like they may move on from Matt Stafford, a trade deal where another team would take on that contract. Like, I mean, and I will say I did call that, kind of mid-season, that I thought the Rams would be a great spot for Sam Darnold to go, depending on what happens with Stafford. But if you do want to see these type of conversations heat up, this is a weekend where it's going to happen. A lot of people are saying, like, this is also a weekend where I think through these interviews, you are going to hear a lot of, we really like what Sam Darnold's done. We're not against keeping him. There's discussions. You're going to hear a lot of that. A lot of the Vikings
from last year
saying like, oh yeah, we're fine with them, just to try to build up, some of that hype around him or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, this weekend, apart from just watching players, this really is where you start to hear about a lot of the behind the scenes rumors as it comes to trades and kind of what's going to happen here. So it really is an exciting weekend, pretty much all around here when it comes from not even just the draft and the rookies and whatnot, kind of coming up here.
Yeah. And I mean, there's, and like you were saying, just going back to that, because that's something that we did a lot last year, mostly because of the Kirk Cousins thing. And I just feel like I haven't been doing as much this year just because I had a hard time believing we'd bring Sam Darnold back, especially with how the last couple of games going. But we kind of like looked at the interviews with like a magnifying glass, and you can and I think we even had Wabi on after the combine and just talking about like, and he kind of actually, no, it wasn't him. He wasn't on here. We were on Dave's show, and he was kind of giving giving us an idea of what goes on, what it, like from a PR aspect of like what coaches say, what they're supposed to say, like how, like what this, like last year saying like, or same thing with Sam Darnold this year, where, he deserves to go test, or he deserves to test for agency, or he deserves all of those like, there's like little things you can get from that aren't super obvious. Like a big one is, if they go into the combine and they're just like, oh, Sam Darnold's our quarterback. Okay, that's a pretty good sign that he's going to stay here. If they do not say that, then that's a pretty good sign that he's not going to be back here. If they say J.J. McCarthy's the quarterback of the future, like those are pretty solid. I don't think they say that unless they're being honest, and we don't see that so far with KOC and Kwesi.
But I mean,
they're pretty straightforward with
yeah.
I don't know. They did last year with Kirk Cousins during the combine.
But I mean, but also there was really no tag and trade value when it came to Cousins. So if that truly is what the front office is thinking,
but just
right, I know. But like when it comes to Darnold, though, if that truly is what the front office is thinking, I don't think you're going to hear any sort of absolutes one way or the other this weekend at all. Especially if they are trying to build up a potential option where that does happen. Like I just don't foresee a scenario in which you hear any sort of definitives from anybody.
I don't
really. This
weekend that's a hard part. It's not really. It's like you. If it's not definitive, then it just seems obvious that's not the case. Like you wouldn't worry.
You don't really want to tip your hand though, one way or the other. It doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't help them.
We did a solid job last year figuring it out based on what they were saying. So I don't know. It's hard to see that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like as far as keeping Sam Darnold, as far as like the idea of potentially not ruining the idea of a sign and trade or a franchise tag and trade, but we'll see. But there's going to be some information that we're going to get, whether it's them. I'm sure we're going to find up maybe some sort of update on Byron Murphy, how those contracts are maybe going. I know rumors are starting to come out as far as like us really wanting to potentially make a deal with Aaron Jones, and the Vikings like him, which I'm definitely for. I 100% think we need to go draft one of these guys in this year's draft, because at this point it'd be dumb not to. I feel like
right. But I mean, but the big thing is, at least
what's going on,
at least if you have him, then you're set at running back at the very least. If someone that you like doesn't fall to your pick, then you're not forced to take one. So I do like the idea of having Aaron Jones back, just because it leaves every option open for where you go at running back in the draft if they do decide to take one. But yeah, I mean, with it being this deep, you might as well take a swing at somebody. But having Aaron Jones already in the fold, I think, makes that a lot less to where you feel like you need to take one at a certain spot, and you can just kind of see who falls to you at where you're at your certain picks or whatever. So I would, as long as the price is right, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing Aaron Jones back for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see what's up. But obviously those are going to be things we're going to hear. I mean, Twitter's going to be dropping quotes constantly about every single interview, and, combing it with whatever. But the big thing is just the combine in general and the players that are going to be there. So like I said, we made our top 5 list of players that we're excited to see. We kind of went, like a lot of people might say, interior offense line. One thing I'll just say, we don't have any of them on this list. First off, I really, like, everybody keeps saying interior offensive line, which I believe them, but I really truly believe we are better set figuring that out in free agency than the draft. That's just how I feel. And I just think there's enough talent. It's way deeper. Well. It's way deeper at that position. So I think if you go into this draft and you haven't had that somewhat figured out, I think that's an L. Plus, I mean, no one really gives a shit how interior offensive lines kind of do during the combine. I guess some with speed, but I don't know. You're talking about guards here.
It's more height, weight, bench when it comes
stuff
to
like
offensive
that.
line.
Yeah. But still, it's just like whatever. I don't know.
I guess.
Matters. Yeah. But so other positions though we did have cornerback. I didn't pick any cornerbacks on this list in general. I'm hoping we feel pretty good at that going free agency. I think me and you are just on this train, and that could change once free agency begins. But we're on that train where we're feeling like we want to feel comfortable going into the draft at the interior offensive line and the cornerback position, and hoping that like running back and defensive interior are going to be big goals for the draft. So a lot of our players, actually all of them, are based around those 2 positions. And yeah, let's get into this. Again, everybody, giving away a card that you get to choose. We got all kinds of Viking cards here. Just get that hashtag Skol in the comments, like the video, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Anyways, let's jump into this. Unless you have anything else to say before we do that.
No, I think we're good.
All right. So for our number 5 pick, we got running back Bashel Tutin. Bashel, I forgot how he says it. Bashel Tutin, I think. Bashel Tutin. Actually, I can listen to it. Bashal Tootin. Yep. Anyway, so our first one, Bashal Tootin. This kid is a stud. Specifically, his speed. Out of any of the running backs I've watched, I mean, I'm pretty sure I watch almost all of them that you expect to get picked in this draft. And out of any of them, the one thing that stands him apart from everybody is his speed. He is a guy that can kind of just break loose at any moment. He's a strong running back as well. I don't really see him being like an all three down type of running back, but this is a dude that I guess my feeling is most people are going to think he's going to run the fastest 40 or supposed to run the fastest 40 or up there in this combine. So I think this is the reason why I'm excited to watch him is I just want to see who the most athletic running back is going to be in this class.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a guy with a great amount of talent and unfortunate last name, when all things considered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that is a big thing because obviously you look at a guy like Isaac Grendo last year, right? Like no one really was talking too much about him. Gets to the combine, breaks the 40 record, and he gets drafted, goes to San Francisco, is forced to play a couple of games, and people talk about him because everyone knew his name from the combine. So, and I mean, you've also seen some negatives. Like I know we talked about it before. You've seen the Justin Ross, who did have the combine record at his time. Obviously,
right.
I think he was like the 10th or 11th overall pick, and was an absolute bust. Did absolutely nothing. So again, and that's where a lot of people say like, do the on-field drills necessarily matter? No, but I do think for a lot of guys, one that guys we'll talk about in a bit here, that if the 40 time does stand out, I mean, it's not going to hurt their draft stock for sure. And this is a guy whose name he could put on the map with a blazing fast 40. So time will tell there.
Yeah, that's that's all it takes. Like this guy's considered, some people have him higher. I have him pretty high just because there's a lot of good running backs. So if someone can separate themselves from all these running backs in some sort of aspect like he has with running, I think that's a kind of a big deal this year. And he's definitely done that. And with what Gary said, Jamie only 2 down back, but late round pick, I'd be in for it. So I would say he's like a guy that especially if we brought Aaron Jones back, it's like, we're not really looking for a guy like him, but let's say the idea of us picking 2 running backs in this draft, and let's say we got a guy like Scattaboo or something with our 3rd round pick. Like, what if we went that direction? That's when I'm like, okay, now go get like a guy like this to pair up with him or something like that. When you get like a hard-nosed, more of a bully type of running back, then the second one can be something more like this. So that's kind of what I would do, but it'll be interesting to see how well he does. But yeah, man, I don't know if you have anything else on Tootin.
I don't. But Maddie, they did draft Juergens last year, who I did hear some. I mean, there's been some rumblings, since the season ended that is a guy that Kwesi likes and they could potentially see starting at some point. Again, don't know if it'd be this year. I'd like to see a vet go there, but Ollie Gordon's good. I mean, just kind of like a bigger. Him. Again, not going to be fast or anything, but if you're looking for a guy just to get you some guaranteed yardage.
Yeah, I'm not huge. I'm honestly not super huge on him. I don't mind him, but if I was going to go that direction and you're talking about a guy that might go later, what's the kid from, I have to look up, see what his name is. Like, I like him. So he'd be more of like, let's say earlier on, we did get a Travion Henderson, a guy that's more known for his speed. And then you were to get that's like the opposite of what I said earlier. You're going to get another running back. So then you go get an Ollie Gordon, a guy that can just be more of a power back. Let's see if I can hold on a second. There's another guy that I do really like as far as a dude that is powerful. And the guy I think is going to be this year's David Montgomery. And that is Taj Brooks. I like Taj Brooks better than Ollie Gordon. As far as like a guy that you're maybe could be there in the 5th round or something like that. I mean, in the 7th, he's a swing. Oh yeah, in the 7th, I would take a chance on him. Anyways, keep it on going on here. At number 4, we've got defensive tackle, kind of an obvious one, and that's going to be Walter Nolan. I do feel like at the end of the first, I know a lot of us kind of would like us to trade back. Nolan has really brought up his draft stock. There's another guy on this list that we'll talk about that is another guy that could be around our pick. So I guess like defensive tackles around our pick 24, I'm gonna definitely be paying attention to see who like separates themselves, because that's what it is. That's what you'll see a lot of times. Like there's like you can say what you want about the combine, you can say what you want about the 40 time, all those things, and I do think people put obviously way too much weight into a lot of this. But if you're stuck between a couple players and you're like, I don't know which one I'd want to go to, I think that's when the combine's like a good place to be like, okay, this is the difference between these two players.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the reason why, like, I'll be definitely, and not to mention, like, Walter Nolan is known to be an explosive defensive tackle and the type of defensive interior guy that we are looking for, someone that can get to the quarterback.
Yeah. And Gary's saying here, not sure he'll be there after the combine. And that's kind of something
Could
that
be.
Nick Riley was saying as well. And this was weeks ago when we were doing these drafts, and he was there, average draft position in the 30s.
What up, Mike?
He was kind of saying the same thing. Like he's a guy, like we're thinking we might be able to get him at 24. He's saying that by the time the draft rolls around, he may even go ahead of Kenneth Grant, and he might be, top half of the draft. So it'll be, and that's the thing, like we talked about, just a really solid combine, putting up some good numbers and impressing in interviews will only help your draft.
Hey, what up, Yogi? Yeah, dude. Exactly. And that's what it'll be interesting to see if that's what can happen. Like for him, a great combine is a difference between being a second round pick and a top 15 pick in the draft. And that's really what it could do. And I really feel that way about a guy that we're going to talk about in a bit here. But we'll keep on rolling to our next player. And who was it? Someone just mentioned his name, Mike Sullivan. And that is Caleb Johnson from Iowa. So there's two, and I'm just gonna make this like a combo thing, because at number 2 we got Amari and Hampton. So these are kind of like, as far as like the top running backs in this class coming in, as far as like the ones that everybody has in their top 5, these are the two bigger ones. These are the ones. They're both over 6 foot. They're both over 220 pounds, and it's going to be. And some people have. Most people at this point have Amari and Hampton as above Caleb Johnson, but some people have Caleb Johnson number 2. And I do think this is, I was talking about earlier, like this is the moment of where you're saying like, who runs the fastest 40 time, or is it significantly faster or whatever, could separate one of these guys from the other. I guess in my opinion, and I guess I'll just go into Hampton here and I'll let you dive in a second. But, and with Hampton, like watching him, what people are saying is some people expect him to run a sub 4.5 or a 4, like above a 4.4. This guy, I mean, I think he looks like a monster. He's super hard to bring down. Based on his film, it doesn't really look like he runs a 4.4. And I mean, that's something that I heard you say as well. So the fact that people are saying that, I think he's probably going to be one of the most hyped during his 40, assuming that he ends up running it, because we want to see how fast he is. Because between Caleb Johnson and Hampton, like Hampton seems more of the dude that I'm more power back to me, where Caleb Johnson, honestly, out of most of these running backs I've seen him as one of the biggest home run hitters out of any of the other running backs that I've looked at. And he kind of brings more of that. So I'm assuming Caleb Johnson runs a faster 40. But if either of these guys run a sub 4.5, especially Hampton, in my opinion, that would be huge for their draft spot going forward.
Yeah,
because
that was my one like big negative on Hampton, is I just didn't see that breakaway speed. So yeah, I mean and I think you and I talked about it immediately after watching him. Just if he is a guy that comes out and just has a really really good combine from just a 40 perspective, I mean, it might make him one of those guys that's a surefire, at least, a surefire first round pick. But Caleb Johnson, his name escapes me. Who's the guy that plays for Arizona right now? They're running back. Who is it?
James Conner.
James Conner. I saw a comparison, Caleb Johnson to James Conner. And it does kind of make sense. Like, because James Conner is just a guy that just gets it done, right? Like, not super explosive, but he's really good between the tackles. He breaks off big runs. He scores a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. And that comp to me does make sense for Caleb Johnson. It's just a guy, when you watch him, he just finds a way to get the job done, put up great numbers this year. Just an all around really, really good running back. And like you said, a really good combine would, put him in that echelon of being a second round pick for sure. And who knows? Maybe who knows where the limit is. I mean, I don't know how many running backs are actually going to go in the first round. I mean, it's Genty for sure, and then we'll kind of see from there because there are some really good running backs in this class. But yeah, I mean, both of these guys, if we found a way to get these guys, trade back, get them in the second round or whatever, you're not going to see me complain about either one of them. But yeah, but I think, I mean, if you had to pick one who has the most to gain from the combine, I'm almost going Hampton, just because to me, I thought watching that was the one thing that I saw missing was just that straight line speed. And if he puts that on these GM's minds, I mean, he's got everything you want.
Right. And that's a hard part about watching. Like, there's some guys that like I always thought this about Delvin Cook, where Delvin Cook was fast, but when you watched him on tape, he didn't like look that fast. There's like some running backs that just like, or some players in general, that everything just feels like slow motion when they run. Like everything feels slow, and it might not. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Like Delvin Cook, we obviously knew had enough to like take it to the house at any time. But it's always felt like everything was in slow motion. That's kind of what Hampton might be here, especially if he runs a 440. But like you said, the most to gain, I think a lot of people kind of feel like Caleb Johnson, he's going to be a round 2 pick. I think if he goes berserk, if he just blows everybody's mind, during the combine, then maybe you see him in the first round pick. But Hampton's a guy that like could be borderline first to second round pick, potentially, even though now there's people pushing, 3 running backs to the first and 4 running backs to the first, things like that. I don't expect that to happen. But if Hampton comes in here and all he has to do is meet expectation that he can run under a 4.5, and I feel like that will just make him a first round pick for sure at that point. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited for them too. Specifically, I'm hoping they both do well. Obviously, the more good running backs there is, the better it is for us. What's going on, Scoliosis? Attack the offensive line for agency in the corners and go. See, exactly. Mike Sullivan. Yes, you're speaking our language. What up, Eric? But that is exactly what we think. Hey, FT Maddie with the 5. Appreciate you, brother. I would bet the Kwesi trades back or get some more draft capital. That's my guess.
I mean, if there's a guy you love there, you have to take it. But if there's a couple guys you like and the trade back isn't, too far of a drop, then I mean, if you're trading down 5 spots and there's 6 guys you really, really like, I mean, then there's really no reason not to. Like you would, right. If there's an option on the table, like if there's a guy that you have just head and shoulders above somebody else, I get why you'd have to take them. But in any other instance where there's a lot of guys you like there, I do think a trade back is smart, especially with the limited draft capital we have this year. But again, like I don't want to see us dropping back like out of the first round or anything. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to, but I would if there's nobody that we like. Let's say like Walter Nolan's completely gone. It's assuming at that point we're liking him. And the guy I'm about to talk about, and then Genty, like Hampton, I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to convince me to draft a running back in the first round in this, unless it's Genty in this class. Even if Hampton could be really good, I just obviously, it's not insane to have like good running backs. Obviously, you see the guys like Saquon and Henry who set themselves apart from just like the average running backs, but the average ones do like well enough. It feels like, so it's hard for me to believe that. But if there's just nobody there, I wouldn't care if we went out of the first round as long. Hopefully it'd be for Sanders or something. So it's like, it's for a quarterback. So we actually get what it's worth. Otherwise I wouldn't want to do that. I do not like, that's one thing about Kwesi and everybody talking about his drafting and things like that. And I do believe by far the worst move he has wasn't the players he picked, but just moving from 12 to 30. I think that's just dumb when there's other players. There was talent in that draft. Like if there's no quarterbacks in that draft, you might as well just stay. It's not worth trading back and not getting as much value only simply because there's not quarterbacks to move up for. So I don't want to see anything like that either. But anyways, going into our next, our number one here, as far as players we're excited to draft, in this same form, I would say it kind of reminds you of Tovondre Sweat in a way last year. And that is, of course, and I won't be surprised if he's one of the top guys everybody's watching, and that is Kenneth Grant, a 340-pound beast from Michigan that is kind of all over the board. Some people had him in top 15. There's a time where he was like top 10. Some people think he's not even going to be in the first round. He's kind of all over the place. I don't know where he stays, but if he ends up having a great combine. He's the guy out of any of these ones that I would not be surprised helps him the most. The big one is at 340. People say he's like a freak, and there has been people saying that they've seen him run a sub 540 at 340 pounds. And if that's the case, if he goes into this combine and he runs a sub 540, I mean, that is a situation where you could see him flying up the boards. Kind of reminds you of like Jordan I think Jordan Davis, I believe he ran a sub 540, I believe, and he's obviously a big boy, and that like shot him up to like top 10 or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Kenneth Grant. I mean, a lot of people talk about Mason Graham, but I know a lot of people talk about Kenneth Grant as well. It's kind of a name you've been basically hearing since the whole draft process even started. I mean, when him and Grant him and Mason Graham were both announced that they're going to the draft or whatever. So again, I mean, it's a name that's already been out there, but it definitely is a name to watch this combine to see. To just kind of, I think a lot of people just want to see like your thoughts about him, just kind of be confirmed at an event like this, plus with interviews and stuff like that. So we'll see. But I mean, again, it's like for him, it's almost more like, if there is questions about where he's going to go, it's a guy with first round pedigree keeping himself at first round pedigree is kind of what you're looking forward with him. It's more of just like a keep the standard that people already see you at and not let it dip at an event like this.
Well, that's like
where
Hampton
there are going to be
a
lot of eyes on you the whole time.
Yeah. But if he runs a sub 5, like he could, he's kind of all over the place, but I would say like if he runs a sub 5, I would definitely not be surprised if he's top 15 pick. And this, like even T'Vondre Sweat last year, like we were talking about, T'Vondre Sweat, 360 pounds, runs like a sub 5.2, which is kind of what people wanted to look for, was a sub 5.2, and he pulls it off. A guy that we really liked the entire time. A lot of us Viking fans really liked T'Vondre Sweat throughout the process, who did look good last season for the most part. And there was people projecting him third round and later by the time the draft even started, and he ends up getting picked early in the second round. And I do think a lot of that came from, what he showed in the combine for his size. So that's why I think, Kenneth Grant could probably help himself a lot. Obviously, if that's not the case and he runs like a 5.2 or something, then that could dramatically hurt him. So he's someone that does seem like he probably has more going against him than not. But if he shows some freak like that, he's a freak, like people say, then anything could happen. 24 fuck. Yeah. At this point, I
don't even know if that would do it anymore, honestly.
You might even get picked higher for that now.
That took balls, kid. You're on the team.
You took balls. That's funny. Anyways, I guess that's our top 5, the players that we're the most excited for. I don't know who else anybody else excited for. Obviously, I didn't put any corners on this list. Depending on how free agency falls, that could totally change our opinion. I mean, chances are we're going into the draft completely different thinking completely different after the draft. But yeah, I mean, Grant comes in. The thing with Grant is he comes in, can potentially fill both the needs we want. A big guy that can get to the quarterback. So
for sure. That's what we need. I mean, we've been saying it for years on here. Impactful defensive interior guy that we just haven't had since.
This is the year to do it. You got to make the right choices in free agency.
Kevin Williams or some shit.
Right.
Like, who was like the last defensive interior guy we had that would just like make an impact like that?
Linville Joseph, more of like the big guy. What's his name? Had a really good seasons. What's a dude from the Giants?
Delvin Tomlinson was
Delvin Tomlinson.
Solid.
Yeah. Delvin Tomlinson. Obviously, we saw some solid things from Sheriff Floyd. He could have been that guy. He could have still been that guy potentially. He'd been towards the end of his career now, I guess. But he had potential to be that guy, and obviously just injuries and things like that. So that was just unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, any other thoughts on the actual combine?
No, just it's fun because I mean, again, you see all these players, kind of get to see who you hear a lot about who hurt and help their draft stock. Then you get some some rumors and some potential moves that may be made. People start talking and whatnot, and it really, because you're about a month away from the off season there of the new league year starting at that time. So yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Free agency right around the corner. Yeah, man. Anyways, I guess let's jump into a mock draft. I don't know if anybody interested in hopping on to do a mock, let us know. We're going to get into it all. What are we thinking here? How many rounds are we thinking?
Let's see.
What up, Darren?
I mean, do we want to do just a 3-round, 5-round? What do you think? We only have only have picks into the 5th round.
I deleted those. Yeah, we might as well just do a 5-round. Go 7. I mean, we can go 7. We'll just go for like a random ass player at that point, unless we somehow. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a 7 or something.
7.
Let's go 7.
Cool.
Why not? Why not?
Do I need to zoom in a little bit? One more.
The heck did I do? I deleted some stuff I did not want to. I think that's good. Let me take this off. Oops.
All right. Are we just starting
Hey,
slow?
Steve. We can get Steve in here. Steve, pop in. I'll call in, boys. All right. Gary and Steve. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it here. I'm going to grab our boom. Tap in. Tap in. Tap in. Give me a second here. I can't believe I actually did that. Steve, are you tapping in? Yeah, Caleb Johnson and Aaron Jones. I'd take that. Yeah, we can do a Packer. We can add a Packers picks on here as well. I think you can do as many teams as you want.
I think so.
Dang, I deleted one of my graphics on here. Can't find it. The mock draft graphic. All right, whatever. Oh, dang. Okay. Yo, Steve.
Yeah.
Gary? Gary, we hear you, Gary? Oh, right there.
Hear me?
Gary?
I'm here.
Hey, Steve and Gary. What's going on, Steve? Welcome in.
Hey, first and foremost, I want to say this. Steve, you're probably my favorite Packers fan I've ever not met before in my life.
I appreciate that.
You're a good dude, man. Seriously, and I love having you in our community.
Well, I enjoy being here, and like I said, if it wasn't for Sarah, she's the one introduced me to this show. Plus, the other ones and whatever. I love talking football. Football is my life and everything. And I really, Jamie and Casey, you guys are awesome dudes, and I appreciate being
appreciate
in
it.
And by the way, I think I got the card. Whatever. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And so forth. And like I said, I appreciate giving those other cards away. Because, it's nice to do things for people in this world today. Because in this world today, there's, whatever. But thank you for letting me mock with you guys. I was in Yogi's pod the other night, and they let me do a mock in there.
Let's go.
Hell
Yeah, dude. Of course, man. Of course. Yeah,
Welcome
I know.
to
We're
our
gonna.
family, Steve.
Yep.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Even though you may be the redheaded stepchild, we still love you, brother.
Facts.
All right, so we got 5 rounds. We got the Packers in here as well. So Steve, you'll be
Yes, do
picking
that.
for them. I guess are we just
Gary,
let it roll?
Yeah, let's let it roll. Gary, it's up to you, man.
All right. Yes. Wait. Let's back up. Let's get some things predetermined here. So,
All right.
free agency first. Let's set the table, okay?
Yep.
Free agency. What do you guys want to see that we picked up to fill holes?
Like players specifically, or
Well, no, just come on. Let's just go
Yeah,
positions
yeah.
at point. We all know what they are. It's running back, interior, both sides. I'll tell you, everybody's sleeping on linebacker. I don't see much depth, and we also need cornerback as well too. And I wouldn't mind, looking for, as much as I like Naylor, maybe we should take a look at to see if there's some value there later on. And that's why I wanted to go 7, Casey, because what I would love to do is let's do some, let's do some trading here.
1 sec. I forgot about 7. I did 5 again. My bad. I got to reset it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And hey, by the way, Casey, I don't give a damn what anybody says. You hold that look very well, and I'm proud of you for doing it.
I've gotten nothing but compliments. Everybody said I got a nice shaped head. First time I've heard that.
Well, hey, in other words, Casey, you're telling us that you finally lost your virginity now?
Is that what I said?
Oh no.
I think so. Anyway.
So what are we doing then? Are we just making a list of who we would what positions we grabbed?
Yeah, so let's say in free agency, here's where I'm coming from, and you guys adapt it to whatever you want. And so obviously we're gonna pick up interior offensive line or 2. We're gonna pick up interior defensive line. We're gonna pick up a cornerback. But everybody's saying, wow, we got $70-80 million. We're gonna be able to fill all of our holes. No, we're not, guys. We're not. You're gonna get some big players, but those are the holes that we're really gonna fill. So what are we still looking for? All of the above for additional depth, right?
Yep. I would say if we're going 2 interior offensive, 1 interior defensive, 1 corner, I'm still thinking probably 1 extra offensive lineman, probably 1 starter at defensive tackle, running back, and then maybe a developmental corner or something, in my mind.
Yep.
I still the idea of getting and I'm still like, if you can get a good value wide receiver, like you can get wide receivers in the 5th round who end up obviously Stephon Diggs or whatever. I'm not sold on Naylor either, and I still think the 3rd wide receiver spot should be something, especially going into training camp, that's still open.
Yeah. And Steve, what are the Packers looking for? What are Packers looking for this draft?
Steve, that's for you, dude. Otherwise, I'm going to say you guys just need to draft a bunch of more cheerleaders.
All right.
Jamie, say it, Thielen. I would take Thielen as a 3rd, or as a wide receiver 3.
Are we going trades in this or what?
Yes.
If you want, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you guys Alexander. Go ahead and give me Dallas Turner, Ivan Pace, and
click.
Yeah. Nah, we don't want him. There'd be too much beef in the locker room.
Click. Love you, Steve. You can't rape us, all right? And by the way, you're still in my effective firing range from here, so slow down, big boy.
What's that?
I said, and by the way, you're still in my effective firing range, so slow down there, big traitor.
You can't shoot what you don't see.
Well, you have no idea who I am.
I love you, bro.
Hey, Jamie Casey, can we build one more thing into this?
Sure.
Let's force a trade. I truly think that we're getting a lot closer to tagging Sam and trading him than what it was seen before. Is there any chance that we could take a hypothetical and say that we tag him? And I'll tell you, I think a really good place that he's going to go is going to be the Rams. And I think we can get at least a 3rd.
Let's just,
but Go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, if there's really teams, I think we could do better than a third. But maybe if we do that
So
for
do I.
this one, let's just take a third. What were you gonna say, Steve?
I was gonna say this thing with Stafford. He's wanting what 50-something million.
Yeah.
And what team outside the Patriots, who have like what 100-something million in cap space, is going to give Stafford that kind of money? I mean,
maybe like a 1 year, deal.
Maybe like a
type
team
of
like
thing?
the Rams that just wants to get they think they're a quarterback away.
Well, I love that people
they
say
just
that, like,
go all
oh,
in.
who's a perfect team that already has a good defense and number one wide receiver?
Oh,
The Rams. So
Yeah.
he's like, he needs to go to another team that is just the Rams.
Well,
So
gentlemen,
this
that's
is
why.
what we're doing then.
Yeah, let's do it. Wait,
126 would be a third rounder, I think, right? Is my math right there? Or is that wrong? That might be wrong, isn't it? Isn't that?
That is wrong. We want to
Fourth,
pick
right?
90. We want to pick
90. 90.
Trade will not be accepted. Guess what? I don't care because I'm.
No,
fussing.
you
All right.
we can. Don't take 120. Don't take 120.
Did I?
Yeah, whatever. That's more realistic, you know.
I thought I got rid of it. No, I got rid of it, didn't I? Maybe not.
Did you? Oh,
Oh.
maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Let's roll.
All right.
Again, everybody in here, we're giving away these Viking cards. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. All right. And we're going. I better be careful here.
All right, Steve. This one's you. What you got?
Well, I gotta go to the defensive backs because I'm just going to play this like Alexander's gone, like we're going to trade him away or whatever, and we're going to need a defensive back. I know that is one of the big.
Someone mentioned Trey Amos earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So they're having the Tennessee or the Texas kid coming off the board earlier now, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Jedi Baron. Yeah.
Yeah, Baron. See, I was wondering if Baron was. See, I like Baron. See, I like Trey Amos. But you know what? I think I have to still stick with my boy Benjamin Morrison.
Is that where you want to go?
Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
I think that's a bit of a reach at that point, Steve, but I'll tell you right now, that young stud he's got some ceiling to him. He's got some serious ceiling.
Well, look, I'm a big Notre Dame fan. I watched this guy. I'm a diehard Notre Dame fan, and I for the years I was like, oh, this dude's going to be a stud in the pros when he gets there. But I like Trey Amos as well. I like now the one guy from Texas. Didn't he win like an award or something? In the SEC, whatever it was, he got an award for whatever. But
Not sure.
I know
that I'm not sure of myself.
He won a certain award in college. I can't remember what it was. And so forth. But go ahead. I want to see what the Vikings take. They better
What are we thinking here, Gary?
All right, so we have big board there. All right. Can you scroll down for me a little bit?
Wait a second. Hold on. We still don't have that pick 90, it doesn't look like.
Ah, damn, Casey.
Casey, what are you doing?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm working out very little sleep this weekend, so I'm still recovering.
I guess he did lose his virginity. All right, so I'm seeing several here that I'd be absolutely happy with. And I think it's a little okay. We don't need somebody like Campbell right off the bat here. We can, we've got some starters, but I'm taking a look at. Oop, I lost the board. There it is. Obviously, we're looking at Nolan. You scroll down. Guess who's still sitting there? Zabel. I think we could let's take a look at a trade here, okay? Can we trade back 5-6 picks?
You have 26, 30, 32, 36, 37.
All right, I'll say that one more time. 26.
Can we
26,
can we
30,
force that
32,
Darnold
36,
trade right
37.
now? Can we force that
There you
Darnold
go.
trade right now?
I bet you could. I don't know. I've never done this. Let's just run with what we've got. We'll do that next time.
All right.
Fair?
All right, fair.
All right, so we have 26 with the Rams. Oh, geez, and that's why Jamie said it.
30 with the Bills.
Okay, what can we fleece out of the Bills? So they've got 30th, 56. See if we can get
62.
56. Yep, 56 and 62.
Right. What?
You need a little more if you want it.
We should have.
Wait. Oh,
still
56.
can.
Never mind. I was thinking 36.
They'll give us pretty much everything they got.
Well, then hell. But let's be realistic, gentlemen.
Next, go grab 30. Do 30. Do pick 30.
30 and 62.
No,
30,
I mean,
30, 56, and 62. See what it says.
Nothing.
it's not
Not
Drop
good.
62. Drop 62. And pick up
Still
107. Ah, damn it. Tight asses.
What's click 107 now instead of 62? Man, go back to 62.
Yep, and
And
130.
then give them our 160 or what? Give them 139.
They're generous today.
Oh, never mind. All right, we'll take it.
Here
We'll
comes
take
round
it.
7.
We'll take it.
If I would have known this, I would have had you guys give Alexander to the Bears.
Oh, man, we just lost Sable. Son of a beaver hunter.
Can Zabel play
we-
guard?
Well, Zabel plays all over the place. He's played center, tackle. He's played everything. But he just got picked before us from Washington, so
Yeah.
he's out. So, okay, go interior defensive line for me, gentlemen. Wow, we got some options there.
Just feeling like another trade back.
That's you took the words right out of my mouth.
So you'd have 43, 44, 51, or 58.
Go 43.
I'm thinking 43. Try 99. How far back we moving?
13 spots.
Okay, we can. Well, you're gonna. Oh, yep.
Go 75. Ooh.
I think we can sneak that 186 out of there too.
Offer it.
They're generous. Wait, do I still have the force trade button on? I might. Whatever. We'll revisit that later.
Oh, TJ Sanders off the board. We got Shamar Turner.
I like
Okay.
Turner. But what are we also looking at for interior O line at this point? Can you put them both up for us, Casey?
I mean, Booker would be the most
Oh.
obvious at this
Line.
point. Nano doesn't like to move out of the first. I mean, we probably moved a little bit far back on that one, but
I agree. However, watch how we fill it. I like Booker here, gentlemen. What do you guys think? Oh, I don't know. You got Collins there too.
Yeah,
Can you pull up
what's
the
our next
can-
pick? I mean, we might be able to get him around 62. Booker, I mean, we already have. This is with us assuming that we got 2 interior offensive line guys before this, but I know Yogi, he had a draft that he posted on Twitter that I really liked, with him going and get what's his name? What's the center from the Falcons? Drew
Dahlman?
Dahlman. Yeah, Dahlman,
Dahlman.
and then getting and then he got Jenkins, and then he drafted Booker, and I was like, I like that. So as far as interior guys, we could have gotten Dahlman and another guard there, and we could still go get Tyler Booker here.
What are you guys thinking? Because I have no problem with Booker.
I probably like Booker here.
Yeah, I mean that'd give us 3 new offensive linemen if we went with the signing 2 in the offseason.
And JJ McCarthy's gonna have no excuses after
Thank you. Solidify the man. Get the tanks out in front of him in the battlefield, boys.
Yep. All right, we'll have to speed pick a little bit on this because now we'll have like 10 picks.
All right, Steve, you're up.
Let's see. Let me see receivers first.
Receiver, you said?
Yeah, receivers, please.
Yeah, sorry, boys. We're going to set a new GG Sports record here. It's going to be a 4-hour live feed.
Oh, there he is. Give
Guess
me
he can
Jaden
take a
Higgins.
little nap in between.
Give me Jaden Higgins.
Oh, man.
Where's he at? Over here?
At the top.
Oh,
The very first
man.
receiver, Jaden Higgins.
Oh,
Ooh.
Steve, you're now my worst Packers enemy. Dang it, that was a great pick, dude.
Oh, I know who Jaden Higgins is, and there's another guy out there that I like, but I think he's going to be gone soon. Another receiver.
Can you scroll down for me a little bit, bud? But hey, come on. Let's look at interior defensive line at this point. And running back. Put them both up.
Which Travion Henderson at this point would be noise, but we do need defensive interior.
Okay. We're going Henderson. Sorry.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm down.
We still got another pick. I like Henderson here.
And it's pretty. I mean, you might still be able to get one of those Phillips.
Oh, he just got picked.
Damn it.
So the defensive interior thing is not going our way. Deion Walker. I know some people like him. He's
Scroll
picked
down a little bit.
though.
Scroll down. You know, can you pull up so as you guys know, there's some things that I got going on in my life that I can't research the way that I used to. Can you pull up Devon Walker and show me, the PFF, the height and size and weight and stuff? I'm slightly well, that's not bad.
6'6", 345. I like the size.
I'll tell you, take it.
Whoa.
I got no problem with that rotation bus coming in.
That gives us the big guy in the middle.
Hop it.
Okay. Oh, we'll pick him. All right, Packers on the board.
Oh. I want to see centers.
So I think they just lump them all together into interior offensive line.
Okay, yeah, do interior offensive line. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, they do say center there. Tyler Cooper.
Ah, Jared Wilson from Georgia.
Hey. With the 20 from Skol Mafia, Gary Spielman, everyone. Appreciate you, Skol Mafia.
Sorry, Mafia. we only got 4 picks, dude, and we got holes. We have holes like the forest you shoot into. Everything but the deer, brother.
Who were you looking at, Steve?
Well, I was looking at Jared Wilson, the center. What other centers are on there? I know a lot of the guards, that's interior. They can go to play center.
Good pass blocking center there.
Yeah.
Seth McLaughlin.
That was way down there.
Who's the other? No, okay. There's Jonah Miami from Boston College. But, see, I don't know what we're going to do with Josh Myers. I mean, I was hoping we trade him to Minnesota or the Bears, I think it was. I don't know what we're going to do with him. But go ahead and give me Jared Wilson.
It's a good pick.
Definitely solid. Solid. All right.
Okay, we're on the clock, and we're at. Oh, well. Come on. How can we not go with Swinson at this point? I know it's not a position of need, but we need rotation. And
why
and
is he average draft? I just am interested to see why his average draft on here is 144, but he's ranked 48. Is he hurt?
Is that who you want?
I don't care if he sits for a year if he's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of players at that position. We don't have to worry too much.
Or do you want to take a look at quarterback? Oh, we took him. I'm
Yep.
I'm totally fine with that. That's good value.
Yes.
And guys, in a year, let him rest. You know, I've seen mocks where he was going in the first.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with him. I have to look into that.
They know something we don't.
All right, I think it's time to pick someone to take over for Jordan Love. And it's your boy from Notre Dame. Your boy
No,
from
not
Notre
right.
Dame.
No, not yet. Not yet. You know what? Everybody is on hype with Ward and Jackson Dart and all that, which I'm not going to knock any of those guys, but nobody knows. I think Ronnie Leonard's going to be an exceptional player. I mean, his running skill is
really nice.
Yeah.
Steve's being a homer. Don't worry, I'm going to pick him Gopher too, brother.
He does need to get like some yardage though with his arm.
Yeah. What's my thought on Love? Well, this is going to be an interesting year for the fact of all the changes, you know, with new quarterback coach and everything coming around. It's going to be a lot different. So this is going to be a very interesting year. I mean, I'm not, you know, like I said, I believe in Love. Don't worry about that.
Do you? Do you believe in Love? I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jamie, you know, I love you, bro, but you're a Vikings fan, and you know, you guys don't.
You trying to call me a homer?
I mean, you guys don't really understand what.
I'm the least biased person I've ever met.
So what if he's doing national advertisements now? That means nothing. You know what he should be doing is a tampon commercial.
Oh no, hell, oh wait. Now you're going way off guard on this.
I'm just having fun with you, brother.
All right, what we thinking here?
Let's go back to the cornerbacks.
There's that something's with that Dorian Strong guy as well, but average draft, but ranked 97. So another guy that
right, I like
injured. But
go down the list. There's Quincy Riley, Denzel Burke. Go to defensive line.
Oh, man, that's our area. You gotta stay out of our area, dude.
Well, you know he's going Mills.
Yeah, I know. Just draft him. You already know.
Go ahead and pick it for him, boys. and what pick are we on right now?
We're on 123.
123, okay.
That's one thing. Now go to linebacker.
Damn it.
We're snatching up Mills immediately. All the Notre Dame players are left here.
Oh, there's Jack Kaiser. You know what? Take Jack Kaiser.
All right.
Damn it, you Steve. Damn it. Okay, so I have no problem with Strong at this point, gentlemen.
Okay.
All right.
I got zero problem with that.
All right. We'll take that.
Little on the slight size, but
go back to that real quick. Oh, what was his coverage grade? Oh, whatever. They have a Jaden Blue on here.
There it is, Steve. There's Leonard sitting right there for you. The Notre Dame Packers.
Mitchell Evans. Go to defensive interior real quick, Casey. Could be something there. Click the Miami guy there. Run defense. What's the size?
7 sacks last year.
Okay. That's something. Go back real quick and go to the running backs real quick. All right, Jaquez, Caleb Mullins, Trevor Etienne. I mean, I like him
Jack
here,
Kaiser
but
is a hard hitting run stopper.
I like I said, I like Taj. Like between Taj Brooks and Gordon, if we can get these guys, one of those two laters, I think either of those guys would be good matchups with Tavarius or
I think they'd be a
Travion
great 1-2
Henderson.
punch.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I'm down with that
okay.
Miami guy.
So, yep, I'm totally fine with that.
You can speed through this, Casey. Oh man, he's there for the taking. Trevor Etienne would be good right here.
What other quarterbacks?
Oh, they got Josh Jacobs. Go to kicker. Go to kicker.
Kyle McCord.
Oh, Hart's gone, huh?
Brady Cook. Yeah, let's see. Go back to corners. Defensive backs.
Toss safety in there too, in case you want to look at that.
Yeah.
Like, nope, no Notre Dame players.
You know what? You know what? Grab me Denzel Burke.
All right, our last pick for the Vikes.
All right, that's running backs.
Sure is. Well, we've only wait. We've only picked up 2 though, right?
No, we only picked up 1, right?
Just the one.
Yeah, just 1. So go to running. Blue's out there. Go to running backs. I mean, I personally am team Taj
Ollie Gordon. There it is.
I know the chat and most people are on Ollie Gordon here, but I'm good with either at this point.
Is that what we're doing?
Ollie Gordon. I mean, Travion Henderson and Ollie Gordon combo. I don't think people can complain much about that. I'm taking Taj Brooks though. I'm telling you.
All right, Steve, the rest are yours.
Let me see edge rushers.
Nano, we got I don't know. Did I watch Blue? We got Travion Henderson, so it's like we needed a guy that was going to be more of like a power guy, I think.
Let's go down the list.
At least that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah, but look at our new offensive line, brother. Come on.
Oh, it's gonna be. This is lethal. If JJ McCarthy has Travion Henderson, Gordon, an awesome offensive line, including guards, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. We didn't get a wide receiver, but that's all right. There's a lot. We're gonna get Cooper Kupp. We're gonna get Cooper Kupp.
we have free agency at this point, and Cooper Kupp really wants to come here from.
I could see that. Wow. Yeah, if he ends up getting cut, like people are saying, man, why wouldn't he want to go? Other than having to compete against 2 good wide receivers.
Yeah, but you know,
go to Kevin O'Connell's offense.
I understand that. There's logic in that, bro.
But see what happens. I don't know. Things are gonna get pretty wild in the next coming weeks.
Grab me Fidel Diggs.
Man, we went through our other picks a lot faster than I thought we would.
Well, you made me. Hey, Gary, now you're going to be quick draw McGraw.
I was all for the trading until we had like 13 picks.
Yeah, but look at us filling the holes, boys.
No, it's looking good. Oh, man, we're stacked at this point.
Okay,
I would say so far with this draft. I'd be pretty. I would like to have gotten a defensive interior guy earlier, but
Oh, what was that, Steve?
Just go down the list here. From right there. Let's see what's
To your point though, Jamie, we still got Phillips, we still got Redmond, we still got good rotational players in there that are still relatively young and are growing. So my
go
anticipation
back
is
up and give me that Jalen Walker.
I just feel like I think underratedly I think our biggest issue all season over the interior offensive line was the defensive interior line. Like
no,
for as much as we blitzed,
go up further,
to actually get into the quarterback was so low, and it was just because we were never getting pressure in the middle of the defense.
I hear you there.
Right there. Yes.
I hear you there, Jamie. And the good thing
Welcome
is,
Indiana.
you guys don't have to pay me to be a GM. You're probably going to fire me anyways.
Yeah.
Oh no, hey, this has been a good draft. I mean, if I would just hope that if this was the case in free agency, I would hope that we would have ended up grabbing maybe the Eagles, the Milton Williams or something like that from free agency, and then went into this draft and got like Booker.
That's what I'm hoping for, because we got some cash.
Adam Thielen, we got the Thielen. I mean, obviously he's still. I think he's a decently pretty good possible cut casualty for the Panthers. Otherwise, he's still on contract with them, so he would have to get cut for us.
I don't think his wife's going to let him come back here, though.
She's just going to have to suck. I mean, they're from Minnesota, like.
I know they are, but still, sometimes when there's a breakup, it's an ugly breakup.
Howard Cross.
Hey, dude, don't skip over Thor Griffin there.
Howard Cross.
All right.
Let's see how we did, fellas.
I hope I don't get beaten by a brat-eating, cheese-eating, beer-drinking son of a brother.
I don't drink beer.
All those things sound pretty good.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah,
I invite him to a party.
All right, we got to see. Where's ours? Oh, right there. Okay, B. That's a weird B there. Strong was a nice pick there. B+. Man, a B
Good
for
job,
Henderson.
Steve.
We'll take it.
Okay,
hey,
so
what's going on, T-Bass?
Okay, what did we get for scores on that stuff, boys? Can you go back to that?
We got B+. We got B for Booker, B for Teravion Henderson, C for Deion Walker, B- for Baden Swinson, A for Dorian Strong, B for Simon Barrow Jr., and a B for Ollie Gordon II.
And look at all of the holes we filled. That ain't half bad.
If we spent the money in free agency, yeah, we're pretty deep at all those positions at this point.
Yeah. And what did Steve get? A D-?
I think what was it? A C?
A C.
Yeah, that was like my high school grades.
Hey, that ain't bad. All right, guys, let's get this giveaway happening here. Everybody, obviously, pick your card like I've been saying. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. All that good stuff. Yeah. Hashtag Skols in the comments.
Where do you get your cards from?
I buy them off of eBay. I used to get them sometimes, like, there's a app called Whatnot, and it's like, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's just all about trading cards and other like hobbies and stuff like that. I used to get a bunch of cards there, and then if I would run into some good deals, I would grab them there. But now I just couldn't keep up with like how many cards I give away, so I had to go just buy them right off eBay.
I got like a bunch of JJ McCarthy rookie cards.
You do?
Yeah.
That's who you're collecting.
Well, I just, I'm a player. Like when I was younger,
he's gonna be good. That's what it is.
The thing is, when I was younger, I possessed.
Gary,
I know what players to go after, just in case. Like and whatever.
Right. That's how
So
I kind of am too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I wish I've been off my game this year, but it sucks because I would have definitely went after a lot of Jaden Daniels early, and I didn't. Bo Nix, I would have missed that one for sure. Anyways, everybody, obviously did not mean to leave. Yeah, Gary just ditched us. Hey, to evil. Yeah, get them hashtag Skulls in here. Yogi, my guy, let's go. We got
And I
16
just
entries.
hope-
We're about to do these things.
I just hope this year with the scheduling, we see Minnesota and Detroit at their place earlier in the season, and then they got to come to Lambeau later in the
Later.
season.
Yes. I like going to Lambeau early.
I like when we play Detroit, Minnesota early. Yeah.
I want to stay out of that cold.
Well, I saw the new stadium the Bears are getting, and they're going to have it to where their roof opens and closes.
The Bears' new stadium, you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Do the Vikings ever? Because obviously they can do that, not completely, but I don't know if they ever open it during like cold days at all.
Well, I couldn't believe at that time when that snow fell in the old stadium.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, wow.
That's how you know it's time to get a new stadium. Just wait until it collapses. All right, let's get this rolling here. 5 names make it into Duck Race. Let's get it. Boom. Got to be here to make it to the next round. And the first name is, boom, Skol Mafia. Mafia, you threw some money at us. I see you in here, though, either way, but you're in this one.
You rock, Mafia. You rock, dude.
Hell yeah. That's my guy right there. All right. Let's see. I don't like my team being known as wussies. Go to Lambeau on the way to. Oh yeah. True. That's fair. I think our guys could handle it. All right, keeping on rolling here.
You guys need to find a running back like you guys had a Robert Smith.
Like we need an Adrian Peterson. Nano. Are you here, Nano? It has been a minute, I think. I'm gonna keep going, Nano. Nano, let us know if you're here. Like Robert Smith.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't going to find too many Adrian Petersons out there.
We'll get Genty. No, Adrian Peterson. I mean, we're not gonna get one of him, but
I still say Genty's going to be a Cowboy.
Yeah, it's really hey, there he is. It's
and
feeling like that to me as well.
And I think the Bears. See, the Bears have 2 second-round picks, and I think they're going to nab at Marion Hampton from North Carolina.
The Bears?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I hope not.
Right. But see, they got.
Hopefully, they just on them.
They got 2 second-round picks. I hope we,
True.
I should tell Goody, give the Bears Alexander for those 2 second-round picks.
So what's going on with the whole Alex? I never actually looked into that yet. Scoliosis, by the way, man, let us know if you're in here. But what's going on with that? There's just how do you feel about? Is he? I mean, he's still good. Is he just because he's hurt all the time, or? Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the thing is,
Gary, I know you're in here.
I'm afraid of this. And the thing is he hurt? Does he want to play? Is he tired? Does he want out of Green Bay? And so,
I mean, I don't blame him, but
okay.
Barber's on a heater.
But seriously.
But no, I don't know.
Now, if we get Byron Murphy from Minnesota, I'll be happy.
Find a guy who fumbles the most, and you get another Adrian Peterson. Hey, he got 2,000 yards.
Yeah, he could have had a record against us, but it didn't happen. I didn't think the NFL wanted that to happen.
9 yards?
Yeah.
9 yards.
Just like Saquon, he could have. I think he could have broke the record this year. He could have.
Scoliosis. I'm gonna have to go one more. I think I don't see scoliosis yet, so we're going running back. One more. Boom. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Jen, I saw you in here.
That's my girl.
Hey, let's go.
Yep, she's a Colts fan.
Oh, okay.
She's a Colts fan.
A Colts fan.
Yeah.
But
her
she's got
color
a Super Bowl at least.
Her favorite color is purple. I'm like, just go ahead and jump on the Vikings whack and just do it.
Yeah.
Or the Ravens.
No. You can do the look at. She loves it. I mean, you can go with the Vikings. Why not? I mean, you're gonna get your heart broke a lot. That's the hard part. Is like, there's a lot of people who jump on the Vikings, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It can be tough. It definitely can be tough.
Well, she wants to marry Arch Manning, and so forth.
I'm used to it with the Colts. Colts got a Super Bowl though. But yeah, the Colts. I mean, they got like without Peyton Manning, it's kind of dumpster fire over there. Oh, see, oh my God. Steve, bring her to Skol Fest. We will convert her. Facts.
Hey,
especially if we got that first home, if it's the first Vikings home game is in Minnesota, Vikings Packers. All right, we got the names here. Skol Mafia, Nano, Gary, Barber, and Jen. 45 seconds. Set the clock. 9 for JJ McCarthy, which means we can't go one more because we do not want Jordan Love. And I already lost track of how many I've done so far.
I think you're at 7.
That's what I thought. 8, 9. Ooh. All right, we're running it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're off. Everybody's neck and neck early. Wow. Everyone's bunched up. Mermaid Duck. Nano, the Mermaid Duck down there. I don't know. That could be a good spot. Man, this is really close. And everybody's going back at the same time. 15 seconds. Skol Mafia's in the front. Jen, Gary, Barber. Barber's going to win again. I think last time he took a card, right? Yeah. Barber, on fire. Barber, what are we thinking here?
Are you sure that duck ain't got no nos in it?
I don't know. Any duck that Barber gets automatically wins, I guess. On an absolute heater. Hit the Jets on you. Oh, yeah, he did.
And Casey, bro, you're lucky, man. You get that Fran Tarkenton helmet back there. That's amazing.
Yeah, my dad had that. My dad had that thing forever.
God bless him. That's sweet. All the time with his helmet like that. Mm-hmm. Like I said, my first football game when I was 4 or 5 years old was the Packers versus the Vikings. I sat down with my dad, and that's what he was watching.
What are we thinking, Barber? I don't know what you have, and we still got some Will Reichard, Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, still JJ McCarthy's, Dallas Turner. That's crazy. 2 signed fan jerseys. Let's see. I mean,
two signed fan jerseys.
I think he means Fran.
Oh, Fran jerseys.
Fran Tarkenton.
TJ, okay. Boom. The TJ Hawkinson on the disco.
Casey, you in Minnesota?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go.
You go to a lot of the games?
Got you.
Not a lot. Usually, probably 1 or 2 a year.
1 or 2? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. They can get a little expensive.
See, where I'm at
Yeah,
here,
especially now.
where I'm at here in West Virginia, I'm like 30 minutes away from Pittsburgh, so I'm like in damn Steeler country. Oh, yeah.
Are you from West Virginia?
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Ohio, but I mean, I've been to California, New York, Texas, Canada.
Yeah.
Around.
What's your Packer fandom story?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, how did you become a Packer fan?
Well, like I said, when I was 4 or 5 years old, the first game I ever
Oh,
watched,
that's when the
yeah,
gotcha. I
Packers
missed
and
that.
Vikings,
And you
I've been
picked,
a-
and
yeah,
the Packers won that game.
Yeah, and I've been a
That's
Packer fan
crazy.
since.
That's crazy. All it took was the Vikings to win that game. You could have been a Viking fan right now.
Well, like I said, good things happen. Whatever.
What?
Like a lot of people think. I'm like, no. I remember David Whitehurst and Lynn Dickey wasn't Brett Favre. Now, my favorite of all time, I wish he would have played for 70 years, was Don Mikowski. Because when in high school, everybody called me the Magic Man. And so forth.
That's before my time. I've heard the name, but don't know a lot about him.
Don Mikowski?
Yeah.
You don't know the Magic Man?
I mean, I've heard the name. Heard about him.
Same.
Wow.
I don't know much about him.
Well, okay. See, I'm 51 years old.
I'm 30.
Oh, okay.
Didn't really start
Casey's
watching
like,
football until I was, 14, I think. I don't
Well,
know.
like like when me and Sarah talk, we talk about the old time Packer Viking games, and a lot of those games were excellent games. Like Randy Moss. Now, see, Randy Moss, he played against my high school in the state championship.
I suppose.
He played against my high school in the state championship, and he cooked us. Now, I was done graduating, and I remember there was 2 kids in school at the time that played for the high school. What was their name? Buck Neal and James Briggs, and they were fast, and they was running their mouth. Moss torched them. Randy Moss just torched our high school in whatever.
Isaac, Taj Brooks, I like him too. As far as like those stronger, powerful running backs, he's towards the top in that category in my opinion. But
who do you guys want in the first round?
At this point, we got a lot more research to continue. We just really dived into the running backs mostly so far. But at this point, still, I'm kind of like Team Kenneth Grant.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
So you think your biggest need is the D line?
Yeah.
Pending free agency, yeah.
Honestly, I think it is. Well, cornerback would be our biggest need for sure, without having Byron Murphy and stuff. But if you ask me, interior offensive line or interior defensive line, I think interior defensive line is a bigger need, even though it's a lot more. It's a position that you don't. I just feel like it's harder to tell how bad you need that position compared to offensive line. But I do think we struggled significantly at getting after the quarterback from that middle of the defense. I think, I don't know.
For sure.
But we need both of those. But
yeah.
Anyways, Steve, appreciate you hopping on, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it for having me.
You on here and do some more mock drafts and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you have anything else to say before we log off here.
Well, I just want to say thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I hope I could do some more shows with you guys. It's a lot of fun because you guys are excellent. This is a lot of fun.
We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
But all right, everybody. I'll let Casey end it since he's the one that always ends it.
Yeah, thanks for joining. TBD, if we have a show next Monday, Jamie will be away. We'll discuss and see if I go solo next week or what we'll do here. But so keep an eye out for that. We'll post that on social medias and the community page. But everybody have a great rest of your week. If you live in Minnesota, enjoy that nice weather. See you guys next time.
Let's go Vikings.